What's up, you guys? This is Adam Gillespie with Rancid and Sweaty Calves coming at you with yet another video. And in this one, I'll be talking about the massive missteps of Disney and Star Wars and Lucasfilm and the how we got here in general. It all started back in the early 2000s when people decided they would rant and rave about the prequels and saying, "Oh, they're the worst thing that Star Wars has ever done," blah blah blah. And because of that, George Lucas said, "You know what? I'm going to step away from my creation." He handed it off to someone who he thought would keep his story alive, Kathleen Kennedy, and she pretty much just immediately ran everything into the ground, deleting everything that had to do with the extended Star Wars universe and starting from scratch. And then when people said, "Hey, you know, your stuff is garbage," she went, "Well, it's difficult because we don't have anything to work off of." Basically making excuses as to why it is that all of her garbage was crap and everything that George Lucas did was glorious in the golden ages of cinema in comparison. Even the prequels. I mean, the prequels are I find far less controversy and far less, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a lot. There's far less continuity errors in the prequel trilogy, and that's hard, you know, because in the prequel trilogy, you're trying to make the story line up with the story you've already told. So it's a lot easier to find continuity errors in something that's a prequel. But in the sequels, apparently, in the sequel trilogy, there is way more continuity issues than in the prequel trilogy. It's amazing. They managed to screw it up so bad that there are less continuity errors in the stories that take place beforehand that were written after the fact than there are continuity errors in the newest series of movies. And it's garbage. Those new movies are garbage. And because of those new movies, Star Wars has been desperate to get people to come back to their fan base. They've lost about half of their fan base. That's not even a joke. If you take a look at the box office income of the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, it's about half of what it should have been. So that means that about half the fan base said, "Yeah, I'm not coming back for this," which means that they just absolutely destroyed half of their supporters, and they did so out of spite because they probably had a wanker. Because they were probably dudes who just wanted to see Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Leia go about and be heroes again. Instead, they were treated as old hermits or individuals who just gave up on their character, and it's just, it was a terrible writing. And ever since then, we've just gotten more and more garbage from Disney Star Wars. The best things that you can say came from Disney Star Wars were not the Last Jedi, the Jedi Fallen Order video game, and the first season of Mandalorian. And that's a very kind of iffy because even then, The Mandalorian had some major writing issues. People just, it was kind of cool, the idea and the concept was cool, so people kind of just brushed it aside. And now that I've gone through that long-winded history of Disney's fall, we get to the Halcyon Starcruiser, the Halcyon Starcruiser hotel that Disney has created as an attempt to bring back the fan base to something that doesn't even exist. It's like you do this, okay? I'm sure that you guys have been to Harry Potter World. Sorry if you heard a crashing noise back there. That was me accidentally hitting my microphone. It's like this. If you have, let's say you go to Harry Potter, right? You go to the Harry Potter world, the world of wizarding wizards or whatever, the wonderful wizards, whatever you want to call it, right? And then you go to there, and instead of them making it about Hogwarts, they make it about some random backstreet alley in London and just call it a day. That's essentially what the Halcyon Starcruiser is for Star Wars fans. It doesn't have any importance to the actual story. It was just thrown in by executives to make a quick buck, and really all you had to do was make a lifelike Tatooine or a lifelike Coruscant or a lifelike Jedi Temple, and have people go around and just kind of exhibit what's going on and enjoy what's happening in their in this Star Wars thing that you made based off of something that already exists. Instead, they went through the Halcyon Cruiser, and it's made them absolutely no money. They have been losing money. They have been bleeding money from every area, from every facet. that they have tried. And here we get to their last grasping at straws. As you can see from the title, Disney Imagineers plan to bring much maligned Star Wars Holiday Special to life. So their idea as to how to get more people to come to them at their garbage Starcruiser hotel is to get people to want to come to see the holiday special, which pretty much every Star Wars fan despises. And I'm not even joking. Nobody really likes the Star Wars holiday special. When the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser was first announced in 2017 D23 Expo in Anaheim, California, Star Wars fans could not have been more excited. I beg to differ. Lots of people were kind of just like, oh, you're making a hotel about a random place that we don't even know about? Alright, I mean, we've already got a bunch of theme parks. Why do we need this? The first of its kind Walt Disney World Resort Hotel was promised to give Star Wars fans an experience unlike any other, truly putting them in the middle of Star Wars story for the first time, and they failed miserably. Luxury Carillion Starliner, the Halcyon, has been billed up as a ship filled with Star Wars species, chances for daring adventures, and a level of immersion that is unrivaled anywhere in this galaxy, even at Disney's Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land. So by immersive and unparalleled or unrivaled, do they mean the Star Trek costumes that they repurposed for this thing? Because that's pretty garbage. Before the ship officially launched on March 1st, 2022, marketing efforts fell flat. Yeah, because they did nothing but market a bunch of wokeism. It was like, oh, check out this female Twi'lek who fights for racial equity amongst her people. There was no hint that the Twi'leks were racially oppressed in any Star Wars story ever. I mean, you might be able to say, oh, well, because Jabba the Hutt had a couple of Twi'lek slaves. Yeah, well, Jabba the Hutt was an evil person, and there was no way to get around slavery in Tatooine. That was kind of mentioned in the Phantom Menace with little boy Anakin and his mother, Shmi. It's so garbage. Fans even went so far as to call the design of the starship pathetic, because it is! And Disney executives and Imagineers were reportedly aware of the Star Wars fandom's collective horror regarding what they saw ahead of the Halcyon's official debut. And nonetheless, Disney has remained committed to the fact that the Starcruiser experience will leave guests blown away. Yeah, blown away with how garbage it is, and will allow them to experience the Star Wars universe like never before, on an unforgettable journey that goes horribly, horribly wrong. Now, Disney Imagineer Alex Lee has spoken to Gizmodo about some of the experiences that are likely to be added to the Galactic Starcruiser as time goes by, including an official Life Day celebration. So, yeah, they are desperate to get people to come to this, and their last grasping of straws in their attempt to make fans come back to the Halcyon Starcruiser because the fans have left them, the fans have abandoned them, is to actively go for Life Day, a thing which lots of Star Wars fans hate. Life Day is in the iconic Star Wars holidays that is celebrated in the much maligned Star Wars Holiday Special 1978, the non-canon TV production that introduced an animated version of Boba Fett and featured the original trilogy cast member Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, Peter Mayhew, Anthony Daniels, and more. So basically, Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, and C-3PO, and it's so garbage. And here we go. This is their strategy, okay? There are legions of fans who will show up to Galaxy's Edge on Life Day, the Wookiee celebrated festivity from Star Wars Holiday Special, dressed in ceremonial red robes like Chewbacca and his family, not just to cosplay but to take part in a special gathering with friends along with makeshift glowing orbs to ring in the season. And clearly Imagineering has been aware of this tradition. In terms of the opportunities that we have for stories and events within Star Wars, it is definitely something that has been discussed and something that the franchise is very interested in, Lee said. Again, the holiday special, one of the worst things to come out of Star Wars, and yet they're grasping at that to make it their thing. If you want to know just how bad it is, take a look at that screenshot right here with Chewbacca in a red robe. If that doesn't tell you how weird this idea is, just go look at the actual Star Wars Holiday Special, because that'll tell you everything you need to know. It is a frighteningly bad story, very poorly written. But basically, this article is just covering that, and who honestly wants there to be a Life Day inspired theme park adventure? Who honestly wants the Halcyon Cruiser to adapt the Star Wars Life Day Holiday Special? Who would honestly want that? Now, I'm asking genuinely right now, because from all intents and purposes, none of this makes sense for anyone in their right mind. There are people who, yeah, they'll show up in red robes. Okay, sure. That doesn't mean that it's going to draw people in. That doesn't mean it's going to draw people to come to it. And the normal fans probably won't even know what the heck is going on. It's stupid, okay? It really is. And they're grasping at straws. Disney has been grasping at straws ever since the Halcyon Cruiser failed. Ever since people started leaving open days and nights and adventures or voyages on this Halcyon Starcruiser, okay? Disney has failed miserably on this, and they don't want to admit it because they're too busy actively supporting children being molested in schools. Okay, it's garbage. This whole thing is garbage. They are actively trying to I don't even know what to say anymore. It's so stupid. It really is. Look look at the quality that this kind of looks like. This is really good quality right here, and yet everything about the actual hotel that you stay in is terrible. The hotel rooms are about as big as the La Quinta Inn. The so-called immersion is garbage. The fights are terrible. The costumes are repurposed Star Trek costumes, and now they're like, oh yeah, we'll use Life Day to draw fans in. That'll work really well. Yeah, sure, that'll work great. I can't wait for you to see that. I can't wait to go and experience one of the worst things that ever came from Star Wars. Yeah, sure, I'll take part in that. No problem. It's just so garbage. It really is. I don't have much else to say on this. I really don't. It's just you can see the desperation that is coming from Disney about trying to regain their money on this billion-dollar property that they just built and no one's going to, because it's an overpriced garbage fest that is just absolutely terrible. I don't understand why it is that they're going with Life Day of all things as a way to draw fans in. It's terrible. It's a sequel trilogy based story that is garbage, and it's now going to take on Life Day, and it's going to make it way worse than it already is. I don't have any other words to say beyond that. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below your thoughts. I always love to see you guys kind of expressing your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below, so it's really cool to see that. The engagement's awesome. By the way, I think we've hit like 76 subscribers, so it's so cool to see. We're getting really close to 100. I cannot wait to reach 100 subscribers, 100 people who are part of this Rancid Sweaty Cav fellowship. It's going to be awesome. It really is. I mean, it still is. It's awesome right now, but I can't wait to reach that triple-digit number. It's going to be so cool. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's awesome. But also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I mean, yeah, on that note, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification icon so that you'll be alerted to everything that I upload when I upload it, because if you don't, YouTube doesn't like to play nice and actually alert subscribers when people upload videos. And if you check me out on Rancid, you can find me at capital RANTSIT, no space. And if you come over to here, go to patreon.com. If you want to support me, you can find me at Sweaty Calves. Pretty much the same name as my YouTube channel. I'm doing all the same stuff over there. I'm uploading all the same videos on Rumble, and I'm uploading a bunch of comic creation and book writing excerpts onto Patreon. So, yeah, lots of content coming your way, you guys. In any case, though, I hope you have a great day and a great rest of the week.